Yo, hello guys, VG Hunty again with another build video. Okay, I'm trying to kick out one a day. So without further ado, this is the Stamplar build. Now this one is a real good fun, open world, 1vx, sort of small scale. Yes, DC, trolling me. Nice, good lad. That's what I like to see. Yeah, so this is perfect for small scale 1vx. Mobility is on form. Resource management is phenomenal. Damage is really good. Overall, really well-rounded build, which is what you want for, you know, outnumbered situations and kiting and all that sort of good stuff. This is really good. This is a 2H medium armor, 2H and bow build, and it's real good fun, man, and really good stats as well. So let's go straight into the gear then. Right, so we're running shackle breaker weapons. So I'm running a shackle breaker axe. Okay, ideally you want this Nern. I just didn't have a Nern crux, okay, because I just couldn't bother go and buy one. So I'm still sharpening on there. Nern crux would give you a bit more damage. That would give you, if you were wearing a Nern crux, you would have 3.4 weapon damage with just a rally. Okay, you can run whatever enchantment on this you want: poison, disease, oblivion, whatever you want. If you want to run a poison, you can run a double dot poison. Okay, just do whatever you want on with the glyph. It's not important. But the axe, okay, we're procking a bleed, which gives us more. For some reason, it's just giving me overall more damage. The axe, I don't know whether it's bugged or whatnot, but it's giving me good damage either way. Back bar is going to be the shackle bow. Okay, because we want the shackle on both bars, and this is an infused trait with the weapon damage. Okay, so we get as much weapon damage as possible from the glyph. Monster set is Troll King, so our healing is sorted out. So any healing dramas you may have, okay, Troll King is going to help us out there. Okay, there's a lot of defiles and a lot of aids going on at the moment, so the Troll King really helps us out in survivability. You can go Bloodspawn, but I really do recommend using Troll King for the extra survivability. Then we're running shackle breaker chest with triglyphs, all in pen as well. Try and get it all in pen. Okay, I've got one well fitted piece there. Okay, but try and go all in pen. If you're going to go well fitted, make it smaller on the smaller pieces. Or shackle breaker waist, and then we've gone the next 5-piece, which is bone pirate. Okay, so we've gone bone pirate hands and feet, and then jewelry. Okay, what we do bone pirate then, this is going to sort out as max stat and our stamp recovery. Okay, overall the max stat on this is pretty decent. I don't have Undaunted, so I would have even more max stat if I had Undaunted, but overall this is a really good setup, and if you've got Undaunted, even better. Okay, so like I said, 5 shackle, 5 bone pirate, 2 troll king. Okay, let's go into the stats. I'm pretty sure you all want to see the stats. So with just a rally, okay, I've got 3.2 weapon damage with just a rally, 2k, practically 2.1k stam recovery with 39k, basically 39k stam, max stam. Okay, if I had Undaunted, I'd be looking at 41k max stamina with 2.1 regen without a pot as well, and then obviously 3.2 weapon damage. Okay, with so fully buff stats. Then if I do a light attack rally with a pot, okay, with a rally I'm looking at 3.8 weapon damage, okay, 2.3 recovery, and obviously his crit is increased to 40%. So we've got a good amount of crit there. Awesome weapon damage with good resource management and awesome max stat. I really don't know what else you would want from this build. You could probably drop some max stat and go for more weapon damage, or drop recovery and go for more weapon damage. But personally, I think the max stat is useful because we're always getting rained down on and we're always spamming abilities, and it makes his power of light do more damage because it scales off max stamina. The 2k recovery is perfect, just because you're doing dodge rolls and it's just that intense. Cyrodiil is at the moment with the amount of damage output, and then his damage is really good anyway, naturally, with 3.8 weapon damage is really good. Okay, so then let's go into the skills. Okay, so back bar, shuffle, which is a must. Power of light, okay, you can run this on the front bar. I'll explain how you would set that up in a minute. Power of light, vigor, This is us cleanse. This is one of the best abilities we've got at the moment. The cleanse. We could cleanse that to loads. Cleanse all the aids that's clicking off at the moment. Ruin. This is going to be our resistance buff, and also another source of minor mending. On the back bar, okay, this is a flex spot. You can run the Ballista, you can run the Sigic Order Ultimate on the back bar. Okay, I'm using Remembrance because I'm normally in like a group of 2-3 people. Okay, this helps on the back bar just as a support, an emergency. Okay, front bar, we're going with the Biting Jabs. This is his main spammable. Trap Beast on the front bar. This is going to give us this extra crit damage. Also with the Stand Blades, it's going to lock them in while we're getting beat down, while we're beating down on them. Rally, which is his burst heal. Stampede, which is his gap closer. Okay, technically you could go crit rush here because you don't need the snare, because the Biting Jabs gives the snare. But if there's a guy getting away and you manage to stampede on him before you get to the jabs, you've already applied the snare, and there you go, you're already biting jabs in him. Dizzying Swing for the CC. Now, okay, this is mixture, personal preference. Okay, you could run the Javelin here, which is obviously a lot quicker and a guaranteed CC if they don't block it. But the only drama is I don't like the Javelin is because it pushes them away from you, and then you have to like gap close, and it just, for me, it's just a bit annoying. So I prefer the Dizzying Swing where they just land right in front of you, drop the Dawnbreaker, biting jabs, Power Light blows up, bam, and they're just dead right in front of you. But this is personal preference. You can change that and do whatever you want. You can run the Javelin if you want, but the skills are all totally down to you. Dawnbreaker Smite, which is the hard-hitting ultimate on the front bar. Okay, now if you wanted to go for even more extra resource management, you could move your Power of Light, okay, to the front bar, like so, and then obviously you could move your Repentance. So I don't even have Repentance unlocked, but if I go in, okay, and then you can put Repentance on the back bar, so when you kill an enemy you cast this and you get some stamina and health back. Okay, so you can do that if you're doing some long-winded fights in small scale. Okay, you can run it like that instead, but as I'm running in like one solo or a two-man group at the moment, I'm finding the Trap Beast a little bit more essential for locking down, or even just getting that, you know, that soft CC down, to try and slow the enemies down that are chasing me. And I'm finding I don't really need the extra resource management. I really don't. I'm finding the 2.1k regen with a pot up, and then I've got 2.3 regen. You know, I'm not finding that I need that extra regen from Repentance. But then again, it's all down to personal preference. The skills, obviously, use whatever skills you feel comfortable with. Let's go to the CP. Quick blast over the CP. I've quite a bit into the tenacity this time, as I do weave in the heavy attack, which does give you a good amount of stamina back as well. I always pump a lot into Blessed on a stamina build, especially in this era at the moment, with the amount of damage that are kicking off at the moment. I think running high and healing is definitely a must at the moment. I am using Dubious Cameron Throne, and I am running the Serpent Munderstone. The Serpent. Now you can drop this and probably run more weapon damage or run more max stat, but at the moment I'm just finding I don't really need to improve my weapon damage, and I don't really need to improve my max stat. If I'm going to improve my max stat, I'll just go do my Undaunted, and my weapon damage, 3.8k weapon damage, come on, that's fine. Considering we've got a spammable and Power of Light, we don't need any more than 3.8 weapon damage. But then again, if you want even more damage, okay, you can drop the Serpent and go weapon damage and just obviously eat people alive. It just means your sustain will be a little bit harder to sort of sustain. And I think that is it. Do I need to say anything else? Gone through the skills, the gear, and that is it, guys. If anyone's got any questions or anything like that, put in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Thanks for all the support as well, guys. Peace out.